You cleaned up your diet, you added more fiber, you added more plant-based foods, more of the foods everyone calls gut healthy. So why are you more bloated than ever? Here is the uncomfortable truth. 5 of the healthiest foods in your kitchen might be the exact reason you are still dealing with bloating. The culprit is a group of carbohydrates called FODMAPs. The name is a mouthful, but all you need to know is this: they are carbs that some guts can't absorb properly. Instead of being digested, they travel to your large intestine where bacteria ferment them, producing gas, pulling in water, and causing bloating, cramps, and discomfort. For most people, FODMAPs are completely harmless, but if you have a sensitive gut or irritable bowel syndrome, also known as IBS, these 5 healthy foods could be your hidden triggers. Let's begin with number 5, garlic and onions. They are anti-inflammatory, packed with antioxidants, and in almost every savory recipe on the planet. But they are also 2 of the most concentrated sources of fructans, a FODMAP your body simply cannot break down. And here is the frustrating part: even a small amount can trigger symptoms. Because garlic and onions are almost used in every recipe, what you can do is to swap them. So instead of whole garlic, you can use garlic-infused olive oil or vegetable oil. That is because fructans don't dissolve into oil, so you get all the flavor with none of the trigger. So what you can do is to gently warm whole garlics in olive oil or vegetable oil or any type of oil you use in cooking, then remove them before you cook. And for the fresh onion bite, you can opt for chives or the green tops of spring onions or scallions. The green parts are usually low FODMAP, so they're safe. Number 4, apples and pears. I really love apples, except apples hit sensitive guts with a double whammy: excess fructose and sorbitol, 2 FODMAPs in one fruit. That's why an innocent afternoon apple or morning apple can leave you bloated for hours. You can swap apples and pears for kiwi, oranges, or grapes. All are low FODMAP and just as easy to grab. Kiwi is a gut health superstar in its own right. Studies show 2 kiwis a day can genuinely improve digestion. Berries can work too, but watch the portions. Blueberries and strawberries are fine in small servings. Blackberries are best avoided. Number 3, honey and agave syrup, marketed as the natural alternatives to sugar. And yes, they are natural, but both are loaded with excess fructose, which sensitive guts absorb poorly. That healthy drizzle over your morning yogurt or in your overnight oat might be why you're uncomfortable by 10 a.m. You can swap those for pure maple syrup. Its sugars are balanced in a way your gut can actually absorb, making it low FODMAP in normal servings. It's a simple 1-to-1 swap. Same sweetness, same drizzle, but no bloat. Number 2 is whole wheat bread. Fiber-rich, whole grain, and all the good stuff you know. But it is one of the biggest sources of fructans in the modern diet, simply because we eat so much of it. If bread leaves you feeling heavy and bloated, this could be why. And no, it doesn't necessarily mean you have a gluten problem. For many people, fructans, not gluten, are the real culprits. You can swap whole wheat bread for authentic sourdough. During slow fermentation, the wild yeast and bacteria eat most of the fructans for you, pre-digesting the bread before you ever take a bite. Spelled sourdough is the safest choice. One warning though, many supermarket sourdough-style loaves are made with shortcuts and regular yeast. Look for a real slow fermented loaf. The ingredients should be a little more than flour, water, and salt. Number 1, beans and legumes, the poster child of healthy eating. They are cheap, considered high in protein, and also high in fiber. I do question the high in protein claim, so I did do some research actually, and let's say it was an interesting find. Maybe I'll share it with you in another video. But beans and their reputation, honestly, they are packed with galacto-oligosaccharides, or you can just call them GOS, a FODMAP that nobody fully digests. For a sensitive gut, a bowl of chili can mean a very rough evening. You can swap beans for canned lentils, rinsed well. Here's the trick: galacto-oligosaccharides, or GOS, leaches out of the lentils and into the canned liquid, so you have to drain them and rinse them thoroughly and keep the portion to about a quarter cup. If you want to cook them yourself, you can soak the beans for an extended period of time, preferably overnight, and rinse them properly before cooking. In that way, you keep the plant protein and the fiber and leave most of the FODMAPs in the sink. And one bonus trigger before the cheat sheet: cruciferous vegetables. That's broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. They are packed with vitamins and antioxidants, yes, but they also carry raffinose, a sugar your body can't digest on its own. Your gut bacteria do it for you, and they release gas as a byproduct. Now, cooking them either by steaming or roasting softens the fiber and makes them more gentle, but it doesn't remove the raffinose. So the smarter move is choosing the right ones. Like broccoli florets are surprisingly gut-friendly, and regular cabbage is fine in modest portions. The one to watch is cauliflower. It hides a second FODMAP called mannitol, making it one of the biggest bloat triggers on the healthy food shelf. So here is a cheat sheet: garlic and onions, swap for garlic-infused oil or onion-infused oil. Apples and pears, swap for kiwi or oranges. Honey, swap for maple syrup. Wheat bread, swap for authentic sourdough. Beans, swap for a small serving of rinsed canned lentils, or soak and rinse your beans properly before cooking. And those cruciferous veggies, reach for cooked broccoli florets and go easy on the cauliflower. One important thing before you go: these 5 foods are genuinely healthy. If they don't bother you, keep eating them. The low FODMAP approach is a short-term detective tool for finding your triggers, not a forever diet, and it works best with guidance from a doctor or dietitian, especially if your symptoms are ongoing. I had to learn about all these and build a good relationship with food on my weight loss journey. If this video helped you connect the dots, give it a like so it reaches someone else with a confused gut, and subscribe to Plateshift for more real-world gut health education. Sometimes your gut isn't really broken, it just needs a different map.